Hello friends, thank you for watching my video. And I have been planning to write an exam with Microsoft for Power BI. They do have a professional certification for data analyst. That's PL 300 exam, and I'm planning to prepare for it. I have already started to prepare. So I thought I should also make this as a series videos so we can learn together. Maybe firstly I can show you what might be the exam look like because Microsoft has structured this exam in four parts. You can see now first preparing the data, that's about data ingestion and bringing the data from sources to Power BI. And second part is about modeling the data. This is the next step to model the data exactly how we want from different sources and different tables. And third part is about visualizing and analyzing the data after we do data preparation, modeling, and then we would do this part. And finally, we deploy and maintain assets. That's the Power BI artifacts that we publish into Power BI service finally and maintain it for long run. So, and they have categorized into four parts, and each has its own percentage of value that they will ask questions about. First part, preparing the data would have 15 to 20 percentage of the exam questions, and modeling the data would be like 30 to 35 percentage, and third part would cover 25 to 30, and fourth would cover 20 to 25 percentage. So overall, the score of this total parts would be 1000, and out of 1000 we need to have the passing score. Okay, the passing score is around 700. So this would be the plan. And then next we will continue what we can see what I'm planning to prepare, for example. So firstly, I started with the part one, that's preparing the data, and each preparing the data is having multiple small elements or areas that we need to learn. Firstly, I have planned, okay, I started with few of them now, starting with connecting to a data source. That's the first part, and it goes, next steps would go multiple areas like changing data source settings and introducing or learning about query editor, Power Query Editor, sorry, and then shape and transform tables, okay, and naming conventions. And there are so many. I would add it soon in the next sessions or videos. But right now, this is the first part that I want to start. First, connect to a data source. We can learn today about this connect to a data source area. So now I usually do this. I mostly try to visualize or write down my technical understanding and steps that we would be taking it in the tool or any software that we do in Power BI for the first first part, connecting to a data source, I have wrote down the steps that we would be taking it in Power BI desktop. So this is for quick reference where you will get an idea easily and you can directly navigate as well by referring this. Firstly, let's open Power BI desktop. I think I already opened it, so you can see my screen now that I opened Power BI desktop. And for example, right now, the UI that Power BI has is very user friendly and it's very simple. So when you have this Power BI desktop opened, you do have home in home ribbon. You could see get data icon. So there are two options to connect to a data source. One in the home ribbon, you can see get data icon. When you click on the icon, you can directly get this window where you will see all the data source tools and technologies that you can connect to it. And Microsoft has more than 300 connectors where you can leverage and connect with the data sources that you can get data from. And the second option, you can also see this small arrow mark under this icon. If you click there, then you could see there are two variations. One These are common data sources that has been often used in Power BI, so they brought it more simple. Instead of going all, you can also go in this small icon to see the common data sources. And here, which you can, most of the times they use Excel workbooks, so then that's why, or many other common data sources. Okay, like if you see, the majority is Excel and then CSV files, and that's why they brought some common data sources here where you can quickly click and start connecting to it. For example, if I click now, you can already see it pop-ups the folder that you can get the file from here. Okay, in our case, I do have a Excel data that is about sales. I can also open that. So you need to click on the small arrow mark, or maybe let's go with this, like all. And you see now in the all option, they have categorized the source tool, data source tools. For example, if you click on file, you can see all flat file oriented or file oriented data sources, and database will bring all database oriented tools and technologies. And Microsoft Fabrics, like now Fabrics is a more advanced analytical portal or platform, for example. Then they do have multiple features and source systems itself. Then you can connect from. And Power Platform, it's under the Power BI ecosystem, where Power Platform comprises three major tools. That's Power Apps, Power Automate, and Power BI. So with this, you can leverage their backend and data sources with from Power Platform. And from Azure, you do have multiple tools as well to bring. The highly used and widely used is Azure SQL Database and Synapse Analytics. Okay, and there are some online services that still you can leverage to connect, and other is more third-party connectors and etc. Okay, so for now we would start with file. Like I have my CSV file, so we can choose CSV and connect. Now I'm going to my folder. Now you can see that this is the file I want to load. Now I'm loading it. Then Power BI detects and connects the file. Now you can see that the CSV is already opened in the small view where you could see some limited rows in the window. But as you see in the window, like right now, it's still, you can already see that the data is not so much clean. That we will talk about this in the next video. But right now, we can see that the file is still having unclean data, I would say. Then now we need to have two options, like we can choose how we want. Right now, you can directly load this data into the data Power BI model by clicking load. If you click transform, it opens Power Query Editor where you can immediately start transforming the data, like starting with pre-cleaning or like preparing the data. So you need to clean the data accordingly. That if you click the transform, you can immediately start with the transformation and cleaning. But if you load, it directly loads the data first into the model. Then we can also go to Power Query Editor after loading the data. So in our case, I'm trying to load the data now. So the Power BI loads the data here. You can see it already, and it also quickly tell you how many rows. Now you can see now the table is loaded, but you see like the columns are not in a proper naming, where with this you don't understand the context of the table. Like I can see now it's a fact table and the naming convention is not so clean. And we would see this in the next video about pre-cleaning and other transformations. But right now the columns are not more senseful. And for example, now if you go to the left table view in the left, and you can already view the data, like you can see the data is available here, but you can still see it looks mm, good for you. But now you do see it, there are some columns that's completely blank, and you must see some strange values that does not belong to this data, and there are some NA values, and you don't see column headers, for example. You don't know what column is this, and these are the data quality issues that we would be doing it in the next video to prepare the data. But right now, this is how we would load the data into Power BI. Okay, maybe with this one, like for example, if you load multiple tables, then you have to work on multiple tables also as well. But right now, for example, we have loaded this one table, and you can go with all other data sources. You see it here, and then based on your data sources, and then connect and then load the data accordingly. And yeah, that's it for connecting to a data source now. And in the next step, we will see how we can update and change the data source settings and start preparing the data itself. Okay. Thank you, friends. Thank you for watching. And please be connected with next video. I would post it for the same part one that we would, yeah, we would still continue on focusing on next area like changing the data source, query editor, and other data preparation tasks. Okay, that's all for now. And thanks a lot for watching my video, friends. And you can connect with me via LinkedIn, and this is my LinkedIn ID, and you can also scan the QR code and it will take you to my LinkedIn profile. Thank you all. Take care of you. See you later. Bye.